sparkling, containing only what you want and nothing you don't. That was Uinta Brewing's approach in crafting our latest innovation, Westwater Hard Seltzer. Born of natural ingredients and infused with natural fruit flavors, each 12-ounce serving contains only 100 calories, 2.5 grams of carbs, and still checks in at 5% ABV. Westwater Hard Seltzer. Let the good times flow.
Dear Winter, we're not scared of you because almost nothing can stand in the way of a new 2021 Toyota. When you say stay home under a blanket, we come out to play. People say you're ice cold, but our lineup at Toyota is red hot. See you in the snow. Toyota. Get $1,500 cash back on a new 2021 all-wheel drive Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Cash back from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. varies by region. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 1st, 2021.
Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to the brand new Sun River Villas, a new Sun River community, home to an 18-hole championship golf course, a lively, thriving social life, and multiple clubs and groups. Amenities include a beautiful new community center, swimming facility, and state-of-the-art pickleball courts, plus access to the Sun River Golf Club with resident rate discounts. The new Sun River Villas community offers the best of resort-style living. Visit sunriver.com for more info. What's your next chapter?
Bogdanovich corner, wide open, up, got it! It's over!
Fanatics Authentic is your #1 source for authentic and licensed sports memorabilia and collectibles. You can own a piece of the game. Visit fanatics.com/UtahJazzGU to purchase Utah Jazz player game-worn jerseys, shorts, warm-ups, and more. That's right, game-worn gear. You can also pick up game-used nets, chairback covers, basketballs, and more. Visit fanaticsAuthentic.com/UtahJazzGU.
Donovan, rise and fire three.
Utah
Oh, Donovan Mitchell.
Jazz
Rudy packed it right back down.
basketball.
Up three, got it. Oh, that was filthy, Bogey.
This is Utah Jazz basketball on the Jazz Radio Network.
He bounces inside to Favors. No look past Conley. Kicks to the corner to Ingles. Contested three. Good.
Utah Jazz basketball is brought to you in part by Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and Lexus of Linden by Zions Bank. For a noteworthy approach to banking, Zions Bank is for you and by your Utah Toyota dealers. Now, getting you ready for another edition of Utah Jazz basketball. Here's the voice of the Utah Jazz, David Locke, with the legend Ron Boone on the Utah Jazz Radio Network.
Hello. How are you? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome to the Utah Jazz and the Indiana Pacers. I'm David Locke, along with Ron Boone. Ron Boone, how are you?
Super Bowl Sunday, man. How else would I be?
You mean Phoenix Open Sunday?
Yeah, Phoenix Open Sunday.
Jordan Spieth?
Boy,
Seems
what
to be a
day
bigger
he had.
deal in my house in the Super Bowl right now.
He needed a great day. He's been struggling for a long time now.
Speaking of greatness and not struggling, can we just take a moment and review the last 30 days for the Utah Jazz? In the last 30 days, the Utah Jazz have won 14 of 15 basketball games. They have the #2 offense in the NBA. Clippers are the only one better. They have the #3 defensive rating in the NBA. Only the Rockets and Lakers are better. They have the #1 net rating. They have the #2 effective field goal percentage. They've taken the most amount of threes. They're #2 in the NBA in three-point shooting percentage in that time period. Only the Clippers are better. And they're the #1 team in the league in defensive effective field goal percentage. What a stretch of basketball the Jazz have put out here, Ron.
Yeah, it's amazing how everything is starting to fall together. And as you have done so often, go back to the bubble, now to the presence, and the difference that the Jazz have made, the adjustments that the Jazz made during the bubble that has really carried over into this season.
Ron, when you're watching right now and the continuity that they have, is it more, do they have better continuity offensively or defensively?
I think what shows up is the offense, because the defense has always been good, and I think what's noticeable is the offense and how they go about and how they've gone about improving their offense. Put it that way.
Jazz. Sorry, go ahead.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I would agree with you, actually, generally. Quinn actually has talked a little bit about it being defense. That's why I asked that. question a little bit. The Jazz the other day, we'll talk to Quinn about this the other day. I just had no long twos in their entire game.
Not one?
Not a single one. The extra Jordan Clarkson shot was not ruled a long two. So they did not have a single one. They're the first team to do that in the NBA. We'll talk to Quinn about that in just a second. Tonight's opponent's Indiana. They're 12-11. They've only won one of their last 5. They had a disastrous loss to the 76ers. They ended the Grizzlies' 9-game or 8-game win streak, so they look pretty good in that one. They're an interesting team. They get the most amount of shots at the rim with their big guys, but they also allow a lot of shots at the rim. So that'll be an interesting one to watch. The Jazz without Mike Conley. That means the number 1 pick-and-roll combination in the NBA gets to go to work. Who's that? Joe Ingles and Rudy Gobert. We'll talk to Quinn Snyder about that next. That's what's on tap. Brought to you by Miller. Grab the original light beer, Miller, on the Jazz Radio Network.
In Utah, there's a sense of we're all in this together. It's a philosophy of caring for others. From helping a stranger with their flat tire to welcoming a new family to the neighborhood. At University of Utah Health, we take care of Utah like Utahns take care of each other. Maybe that's why University of Utah Health is the most trusted healthcare in the state. There's only one you. Be treated that way. Learn more at uofuhealth.org.
Whether your car has small tires, big tires, tires that go fast, tires with extra grip, or tires that just get you from here to there, they can be an unexpected expense. Don't wait any longer. At Big O Tires, we have no credit needed financing available. So no matter tailored to you. Don't wait another day. Take advantage of our no credit needed financing only at Big O Tires.
I'm not retired. I don't have grandkids. I barely have kids. I've never had brunch. I haven't celebrated my 40th high school reunion, and I don't have my house paid off. But I do deserve a piece of luxury. So I drive a Cadillac.
Cadillac owners have changed. The luxury hasn't. Visit Jerry Seiner Cadillac for a test drive today at 1530 South 500 West in Salt Lake or online at jerrysinercadillac.com. Experience the Seiner difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go downstairs and inside the coach's office.
You know, my mind is on our team.
Right before tip-off, here's David Locke with head coach Quinn Snyder. It's the Quinn Snyder Coaches Show.
Ready?
Time now for the Quinn Snyder Coaches Show, brought to you by Fanatics with head coach Quinn Snyder. And coach, you did not take a long two, a non-paint two in that whole game. You're the first team to do that all year long. That's not by accident. What have you done in regards to teaching the players that and to stay away from that inefficient two-point shot that's not in the paint?
Well, you know, I don't want to go too far on that because for us, it's less about discouraging a certain shot as it is about encouraging others. I think what you'll see as the season goes on is when teams really take something else away, those are shots that it's helpful to be able to take and make in certain situations, particularly, you know, at the end of the clock, of the shot clock that is, and oftentimes, you know, late in the game when those shots, sometimes as defenses get even more aggressive and they take away the three, you know, et cetera. But by and large, you know, I think it goes without saying that, you know, three is more than two, and anytime you can get to the rim, the closer you are to the rim, the greater, you know, your field goal percentage is. So to the extent that those are the things that we want to value, that makes sense. Ironically, the game before against Atlanta was one of those games that I'm kind of referring to where, you know, maybe the threes aren't there, and then you have to kind of find your way and not get baited into taking a less efficient shot earlier in the clock. And I thought we did a good job of adjusting to that in that game. So maybe it was a carryover from the adjustment.
We hear so much about Joe Ingles and Derek Favors combination. but Joe Ingles and Rudy Gobert are actually the most efficient pick-and-roll combination in the NBA so far this year. Without Mike Conley, may see a little more of that tonight or today. What is it about that Joe and Rudy have figured out in the pick-and-roll?
Well, it's a couple of things, and I mentioned that the other day. I think we had this, crisis a year ago because when people were so used to seeing Fave and Joe and how efficient they were. The two players in Fave and Rudy play differently. Fave, we hit more in the pocket with his little floater and kind of half roll, although he goes to the rim as well. In Rudy's case, the pressure that he puts on the rim, and frankly in Joe's size, Joe's ability to kind of stretch the play closer and closer to the rim and use that ball fake to kind of freeze the big, and his ability, to see over the top. You got 6'8" and 7'1" playing pick and roll, which is, a pretty unique combination. If you look across the league, maybe that's, LeBron and Anthony Davis, or, I don't know, Doncic is in that situation frequently, but he's not necessarily, he's not playing with a roller of Rudy's caliber. So they're unique from a personnel standpoint. And then I think also the synergy and, the rhythm that they've found together is also there. It's played together for 7 years.
Coach, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Best of luck this afternoon.
Thanks, Walker.
That is head coach Quinn Snyder in our Fanatics Coaches Show, brought to you by Fanatics.com. For Utah Jazz player gear, including jerseys, shorts, warm-ups, and more, visit FanaticsAuthentic.com/UtahJazzGU. That's FanaticsAuthentic.com/UtahJazzGU. Starting lineups next on the Jazz Radio Network.
7 diamonds on a winding path.
That's right, 7.
Each one bigger than the one before.
These 7 diamonds are the 7 steps on the journey of love.
And it's a journey full of miracles.
The Miracle Journey pendant is the story of the two of you.
And it's a story told in diamonds.
And the Miracle Journey pendant
has a miracle price.
$119.
Did you hear what he said?
Just $119.
Miracles happen daily at Morgan Jewelers.
MorganJewelers.com.
America First Credit Union was founded with the dream